Hi, my name is Bianca Russo, and I am here with Erica at the Skin Room Naples, and I am so excited and honored to be with her in this moment. I have watched her from before I was her client, became her client, and am in awe of what she's doing in the industry and blown away by her excellence, and I cannot wait for you to hear her heart. It is so profound what she's doing here in Naples, and I cannot wait for you to hear it. While I was preparing, just getting ready this morning and thinking of you and praying for you in this moment, the number one question to set the tone is what is the reason you felt to express your heart for business right now?
I'm so glad you asked. This year, it's been incredible. Every single year of my business so far, the last 5.5 years, every year I say, this is the best year I've had. This is the best year I've had. And I genuinely feel that this is the best year I've had. I've done, at the beginning of the year, we moved into the storefront. I hired my girls, my estheticians. They're amazing. They're doing incredible. And it's a beautiful thing to see, just teaching and even in learning, and you're always learning, and it's such a blessing. So that happened. And then I got engaged at the beginning of the year, which was beautiful and amazing. And then we won for Gulf Shore Life for 4th year in a row for best facial. So that was also incredible. 40 under 40 for Gulf Shore Business. So
amazing.
Just this entire year has been just so incredible. And I just thank God for that. Yeah. And it's been incredible. So.
It's been incredible to watch you, even from the beginnings till now, like the sweets to here. It's been profound. So amazing. Next question. Can you walk me through the moments leading up to building the Skin Room? What your life looked like, what you were feeling, and what ultimately pushed you to create it?
So prior to opening the Skin Room, I was sort of in a dark place where I didn't know, I might start crying. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. I didn't have the resources. I had no money to start a business with. I had nobody in my business or nobody in my family that knew how to start a business, So I was like, well, I'm going to pray and I'm going to Google my way through this and see what happens. I met Pastor Tracy and Pastor James when I started going to Grow Church. I started going to Grow Church December 2019. I opened my business that following summer. I will never forget, and before this, I wasn't extremely spiritual or anything like that. I was born and raised Catholic. I went to church, and I understood some things, but I didn't know enough. So I started going to Grow Church, and I'll never forget. They do these more nights. They're on Friday nights, and everyone comes, and it's amazing. And they pray on you. And there was one part of the service where Pastor James had asked anyone who is battling or suffering from anxiety to come forward. And never in a million years could you have told me before this day, like I would be the one to go up there. Like, not me. I'm not going up there. Like, nope. But something pushed me, like just made me get up and go.
Yeah.
And I did. And I was like the only one at first. And as I'm walking, I'm looking around. So many people started coming. Like, I was like, well, this is great.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I walked to the front, and they had volunteers there to help pray over you. And I'll never forget, I just started crying, like as they're praying over us for like anxiety and, fear of the future and things like that. So, and I looked at Pastor James, and he looked at me, and one of the volunteers had put their hand on my head and was praying for me. And I just like lost it. I was like, this is incredible. Like I've never had this feeling before, ever.
Yeah.
So I went back to my seat and had, enjoyed the rest of the service. That next morning I woke up and I felt like I could do anything. I'm like, that's it. I'm ready. Like, all right.
Wow.
And I just, from then on, like no anxiety. yeah, I get
Yeah.
a little, anxious about certain decisions, and but it's you pray on it and just know that everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be great. That was huge for me. That's it. That was it.
Honestly, as you were even saying that and giving the testimony of that, I saw your one act of obedience not only pushed and broke through for your life, but you actually called people forth. Like your act of motion of I'm going forward caused others to go forward. And I feel like that's even what's happening right now for business, for you as you went forward. This also is going to unearth people who can move forward in their desires and dreams.
Yes.
And that anxiety is going to fall off of them.
Yes.
And it's going to cause them to accomplish things like you've accomplished.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Profound. What were the small miracles along the way that reminded you God was guiding your path?
I would say, so one thing, well, there's a couple things, but I had to place one of the largest orders of my life back at the time. Was like, who am I? Like, I can't be placing this order. This is crazy.
Right.
And I did, and I started to feel like nervous and anxious about it. It's like year 2. I'm like, I've never spent this much money before, on something that I'm not sure it's even gonna, go well, but we'll see. So I did, and I prayed on it. And I'm like, whatever's meant to be, whatever, it's gonna be fine. And that same day, it was my highest, at the time, my highest producing day I've had. And I hit just over what I had spent for the day. It was unbelievable. And the same thing, maybe 6 months later, I was in another situation where I had this opportunity that was presented to me. And I'm like, oh my God, like I would love to do that. That's so much money, but I know it would be so good for my business. And I just know that it's what I should do this. I should do this. So, I prayed on it and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And that same day, it was the next day, the next morning, I had gotten a few online orders, and it totaled to the amount that I was spending the day prior.
Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. I called one of my best friends, Lisa, and I'm like, you're not even going to believe what just happened. And she's actually the one that introduced me to the church. So she loved it. And she's like, this is amazing. Like just the great, wild. So yeah, it's amazing.
That's interesting because you have to invest in your business.
You have to.
Have you regretted ever in any of the investments that you had?
Not one, not a single. I can honestly say that I haven't regretted anything.
And okay, so then the next question is in that regret, it all led because of a prayer. So how did you pray for one of them? What was your biggest key in your prayer that you prayed?
I just prayed for the longest time, I thought I was praying for an actual sign, like something's going to fall out of the sky, or I'm going to I wasn't really sure. But when I pray about it and I feel calm and I feel aligned, I just know that it's the right thing. If I pray on it and I start feeling like I'm second guessing and I'm getting anxious, and not that that's wrong, I know that it's not right for me. And every single every decision I've made since day one, has flowed. It just works out so well. And I mean, even in the storefront, this is taking on way more than I ever imagined, but it's worked out perfect. It just flows so well. And it's been great.
That's amazing, because I think a lot of people are scared because the money part is the biggest thing and hold up for a lot of people.
Yes.
But you're saying you're praying, you're waiting for peace to come, and everything flows from that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. How do you balance ambition? I love this question. Ambition and surrender, working hard and setting goals, but still letting God lead the outcome.
So it was really difficult in the beginning because I am ambitious. I always want more. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And being ambitious versus pausing and just waiting to feel right about something. It wasn't an easy thing to do. Right. But once it happens so often and you find yourself over and over pausing and waiting and just not jumping, and doing the first thing that comes to mind or the first thing you're offered. And you realize that it aligns so well and you just feel so calm and at peace. And you know that you don't feel anxious. You don't feel worked up.
Yep.
You know that it's the right thing. Like you do that. I set goals. Like it's very important. Like I do set goals, but I don't give myself timelines. Like I don't need to have X, Y, and Z done by this time or it's never going to work out. And then I'm going to be upset and disappointed. Like it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. I just have to trust that God has the answers. And
that is really good.
So.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So far it's worked out.
Yeah, amazingly worked out. Next question. How does your faith influence the way you serve your clients? I'm going to pause because honestly, when I'm your client, I feel like you are just serving, and that is the greatest example of Jesus. He served, and I feel like when you are having any client, you serve with such excellence that it's care, it's peace, and you bring that into the lives of every person you touch. So in that, what way does your faith influence how you serve them?
So I try to serve with intention. I know that every single person that walks through my door is going through something, has gone through something, will be going through something at some point. So it's important to me and it makes me feel good listening to them and understanding what they're going through. And I love sharing my story and letting them know, going to church, finding a church, or, praying on it always helps. And when you share with someone your testimony, it just changes everything, especially if it's somebody like you and I or my client, like any of my clients. My clients become my friends, my family. So it's like they trust me and they understand, like they're curious because they also want to get through things and they also want to know how I did and what I do. And it's not easy, but it's not supposed to be. It's not meant to be. I mean, it's a tough thing, but it's so good when you can change somebody's perspective or change their day. I have clients that come in and they're crying when they walk into my office for whatever reason, something had happened or and then by the time they're leaving, they're hugging me, laughing. It's just about that, what you can do on the inside and out for them. Like, of course, my goal is I want you to have beautiful skin, but I want you to feel beautiful on the inside. And when you're going through something and you feel like you're alone and you have nobody that understands, like that's horrible. That's like the worst. So just knowing you do, and how to get there and sharing it with them makes me so happy.
I love it. And it's so true. I love watching you do that. Okay, next question. For people who feel unsure of their calling, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to trust what feels peaceful. If it aligns and you feel confident about it and you're constantly being called back to do it, it's likely what you're meant to be doing. It's really important, I feel like, just to keep that in the back of your mind and just know that when you're at peace, nothing should feel rushed. It shouldn't feel forced. I feel like once things do start to feel rushed or forced, that's when you take a step back and make sure you're still in alignment and you're still doing what you're meant to be doing, because it's easy to get sidetracked. I mean, there's Instagram and TikTok and we're doing this every day. So you never know. So yeah, it's just about making sure that you're at peace with all the decisions that you're making.
That's good. And I think your capacity grows because you've started in the small and that little
from the bottom.
And then it's your capacity has grown. So I think as you faithfully have stewarded everything that God's given you and worked through you in with your business, your capacity has grown to do stuff like this now.
It's incredible.
It's amazing to watch.
It feels so right.
Right. And it's only the beginning.
One-on-one.
Last question. Okay, last question. What do you hope people see when they look at your story in your business today?
I always want people to allow God to lead. If you can do that, you're unstoppable. There's nothing that can stand in your way. I mean, I had many odds against me, and it didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter. I knew what my goal was. I knew what I wanted. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but it didn't matter. I just, you follow your heart, and everything else
that's good.
works out.
Wait, I have one more question actually. When there are those trials or hard days, how do you triumph over it and still continue to run into your vision and not letting those moments own you?
Sure, yeah.
Because they come, it's real.
They do come, and they come kind of often, you just, I would say it doesn't matter, because no matter what happens, big or small, you have God, and God's got you, and you don't know how many times a day I say that, like, God's got me. This is not a problem. No problem. God's got me. It's fine.
Yeah.
And every single time he does, or he has. Yeah. So I have no choice now but to trust that, because he's done nothing but prove to me that this happens. I'm opening this door for you so you can get through that. There's no way I cannot trust that.
Yep.
So.
And the fact that you speak that out is also profound.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really profound.
It's important. Because clients have also asked me that question, and it's like, it doesn't matter. This happened. It's annoying, but it's fine, because God's got me, and there's nothing that can stop me. Yep. So this is fine. It's fine.
That is so good. I love it.
Thank you so much for being here.
Are you kidding? Thank you.
Been incredible.
Thank you. I loved it.
We'll do it again.
Yes. Okay. That's a wrap.